What's good, everybody? What's good? You know what time it is. It's Burgers and Blitzes. We back after the holidays, man. We took a little break. We wanted to sit there and chill, enjoy our weekend, the whole week, enjoy that butt kicking that we gave them Washington Commanders. It felt so good. My most hated, them and the Niners, my most hated team. Felt so good just smacking them. We were, going back and forth, but the way we annihilated them and setting NFL records just felt really good to set an NFL record on one of the teams I hate the most. So it just felt good. But I'm doing a lot of talking right now. What's up with my guy, Mike White, Burgers and Blitzes? What's up with you, dog?
Man, I'm right as a right. Here we go. I'm chilling, Bubba. I mean, let's ride. Broncos
Yeah,
Nation, let's ride. Hey,
yeah.
I got me feeling corny like Wilson right now.
Hey, they came back. I got to give them some props. They came back from the
Hey,
dead at 1-5.
I,
So I said Sean Payton who, and he came back and done something. So hey, gotta give them that. I gotta give them they do. They came back and they're in
well,
a playoffs position.
he's
Can't hate on
done
that.
the opposite. He's done the opposite of what he usually does. Usually, he plays awesome the first half of the year, and he's an MVP candidate. Then he falls off the freaking face of the map, and he ends up the 20 or 25th overall out of those other 6 weeks. So, that's good. I mean, you know, I talked a lot of crap. It's what I don't like Sean Payton. I think Russell Wilson's corny, but if Russell Wilson's going to have success, and good for him, man, I'm at go on ahead because the league's down bad right now. I mean, I was looking at it the other day. There's 14 as of now. There's 14 quarterbacks that have positive EPA on the year. 14, and that's including Sam Howell. It's like a .005. I
Mhm.
mean, it's bad. So if we want to get some more quarterback play, I'm all for it, dude.
Well, hey, all I'm worried about is that NFC, and we're gonna talk about that right now. But let
For
me give
sure.
shout outs to everybody that's in the building. Revel 95, what's up with you? Hey ho, Jamal Sims, Jamal, what's up with you? Matt Leslie, I always appreciate you, Mr. Matt Leslie. You share all of our stuff like no other, and I just want to tell you from my heart, I really appreciate the way you are always pushing our product, always pushing our shows.
Pushing
I
P.
really do appreciate it. Yeah, and I definitely appreciate it. And I just wanted to let you know that. Number Rico Jones, what's good with you? 808, my dog, what's good with you? Fargo, what's up with y'all? Keep on coming in the building. Share, like. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna talk some good football. Let's start. I mean, obviously, we got the game, big game tomorrow, big game.
Yeah.
It's a game that I personally had circled. Obviously, we talked about the Carolina Panthers, we talked about the Washington Commanders, and the Seattle Seahawks. But this was the game we talked about last time we were on, and I said this is the game I'm particularly circling because we're coming down after that 3-game little wedge where you playing this many games in this many days, and this is the last bit of it. The good thing about it is we blew out the Commanders. You got more rest. But this is going to be a test. I think this is going to be a little bit more test just because I feel like Pete Carroll, he's a good coach. He's going to get that team up for us. They got some players on that defensive side of the ball, especially in the defensive secondary. And they got some offensive players. Geno Smith, we know what he is. He'll make some mistakes. But they're a well-coached team, and Pete Carroll, I got a lot of respect for him. I like him as a coach. But let me give you a quick synopsis of that Washington Commanders game. How'd you feel about that?
I mean, it's just to quote Bill Belichick, that's we're on to Seattle, but that's what we expected them to do. That's what you were supposed to do. You go out there, I know, and I'm guilty of it too. Everybody in this damn chat is, or you wouldn't be here right now. If they go 3-and-out one series, or the opposing offense dares to score 3 points, well, the game's over and they're terrible, and let's go home and trade the team and sell the stadium and all that nonsense. But they go out there, and by mid second quarter, you kind of get to, okay, here we go, and then by halfway through the third quarter, it's like, okay, when's Dak putting his ball cap on? Because this is that team, and this is the thing that they can hang their hat on. And we didn't talk last week, but it's just another week of doing that. This team, within a matter of about 8 to 10 game minutes, can completely flip the script on you because they have the artillery to do it. If they execute properly, they have the manpower, not necessarily the manpower, because the offensive line is still kind of hit or miss, but they have the artillery to put some damn points on. And that's what worried me so early on in the season. It's like we are hanging our hat on this defense. This defense is, I mean, they're opportunistic. You know, I catch a lot of heat online because I give Dan Flynn shit, but you know, they're opportunistic. But there's a lot of unnecessary things, and I know you see it. I know you see it. And you know, you're already depleted in your linebacker core, and you're on your backups, you know, corners, and you're sending 7 on a third and 18 blitz when you've been getting home with 3 all day, and they end up converting. You can't get off the field versus Philadelphia. There's little things like that. So that's why I say anytime you can score points, when you got an offense like that can score points, man, that's your best defense is a high-powered offense, man. Let's put points on the board. And that's what they're intending on doing. I mean, hell, I know it was Thanksgiving, but hell, they did a bit with Turpin to just go get the turkey leg. That was a bit, man. They were done.
Yeah.
Like that was.
I like seeing that Turpin because you gave him hell, and I love seeing him get that touchdown because you say couldn't see. So he saw that touchdown, though, and he's got like 3 touchdown catches this year.
I'm very aware of that.
I want to make.
He may be a better wide receiver than he is a return. He may be a better wide receiver than he is a return.
I said that, though,
apparently he can receive when he's running as a wide receiver.
I told you that, though.
My issue with him was on returns when you're doing 4 to 5 snaps a game and you have a bad goof every other game. We can't have that. It's just too prominent. It's way too prominent, and that was always my hang up with him. He got the Pro Bowl because he returned those punts in the preseason. You know, that's just how bad special teams is across the league as a whole. I mean, the special teams plays absolutely abysmal right now.
Yeah, well, I like seeing him do it. Shout out to all the little guys out there. But I told you he was going to be a good receiver. I told you he was better than we anticipated. We just had to give him more burn. And now that he got more burn, Dak has got confidence in him, and I believe that confidence helps him. And you know, I think that big catch that he had against the San Francisco Niners, the over-the-shoulder touchdown, kind of gave him some confidence, and I saw his confidence grow, especially in the offense. And they're getting him plays. And I think when you're a player that is actually getting plays and they're actually going to you, it gives you more confidence, especially when you make plays. So it's good to see Turpin turning up, and good to see that. So we're going to get a few questions out here right quick. Camber, how you doing, Camber? She's up in the building. Love to see you in here. Concerns about J. Lou dealing with Lockett or JSN. I'm not really worried about JSN. Lockett somebody, but I think J. Lou's going to be all right. That's just me. I think he's going to be okay. He's played pretty well the last 2 games in that slot. Maybe he's getting more healthier, but I saw some good plays from him the last couple of weeks in that slot. And you know, we still have Mukamu out there. We haven't seen a lot of burn from him, but I really don't have too much concern against JSN. Maybe a Tyler Lockett a little bit, but not JSN. Not in my opinion. I don't think JSN hurts us.
I think JSN's cooked. I
had high hopes for him.
Dude, he rushed back from that foot thing, and if you watch him,
are you talking about Jordan Lewis, or are you talking about
JSN?
Okay,
he had a foot thing too. He had a foot thing last year. Coming out, and there's something not right there. It ain't just a rookie finding his groove. There's something not right there. And I don't like the Jordan Lewis thing, man. It bums me out because speaking of rushing back from a foot thing, he did rush back from the foot thing, and he had the Lisa Frank, and he had the bad one. He had the career and it wasn't just, there was some other shit that went with it, like tendons and everything that went with it, and that was a career killer. And the fact he's even playing right now is because how down bad they are in the secondary overall. People are so like it bums me out, but it's just the way things go. This fan base can't operate without a whipping boy on each side of the ball. It was Jeff Heath for years, even though Jeff Heath was put in an impossible position because he was a special teamer that they pretended could be a starter. Jordan Lewis is supposed to be your 4th or 5th corner. And they lost Diggs. And they've been struggling with the safeties and coverage. So Bland had to move. And then they had to pull Bell to play linebacker. There's a whole shift here. Like, yeah, he's starting right now, but he damn sure that was not the fucking plan. Not by a long shot. And I mean, hell, how old is Lockett now? 33, 34 years old?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't. I
Look,
mean, I just and I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to say I'm not worried about the Seahawks because those are words that'll bite you because we got too many memories wrapped up in them for me
mm-hmm.
to say I'm not worried about them. It's an NFL team. You should be worried about them.
I feel
Period.
like we're just better than them, though.
That we are. We are. And what happened last year is Geno Smith was converting an abnormal amount of third downs. A lot of their one score wins and stuff went to third down percentage, and they flat out haven't been doing that this year. Geno's all the way down the boards at all the numbers you want to look up on quarterbacks because they're not getting those third downs, those conversions that are keeping plays going. So if they don't let them get that easy over the top shit, like we're talking about with Dan Quinn sending 7 or 8 guys when your 3 or 4 is getting pressure, you should dog walk these boys. But then again,
I'm not
it's
scared of Geno Smith. I love his resurgence where he came back from last year, but I know Geno Smith. I watched Geno Smith since he's been in the league. I watched him when he was at West Virginia. Okay. And this is no hate on Geno Smith, and I know he can make some plays. But if the Cowboys just handle their business and they play the right way on defense, I feel like we're going to get some turnovers. I feel like we'll get a strip sack fumble. I feel like he'll give up an interception. And I feel like if we come out with that pressure like we've been doing on the offensive side of the ball, Mike, where we're aggressive and we put them points on them early, that's when I feel like they're going to start. Geno will start getting out of character, getting in character, where he'll try to maybe force some plays, and then that's when I feel like we can start exploding and running away with this team. Just like you said, dog walking them. I feel like if we jump on them early, that's going to be advantageous to us because I feel like they'll start reaching for things, and then you'll start seeing the mistakes coming. In my opinion.
yeah, it's just an avalanche. It's just one mistake, one series, one mistake the next series. It's just one or two. That's what I was talking about all week, like with the Philadelphia holding calls versus Dallas and the other team. It's like, oh, every team holds or every team gets calls. And like, no. When Philadelphia has 4 holding calls on the year, that's massive. When the NFL average is 12 and a half, well, actually 13 and a quarter now. These little mistakes like this that kill a drive. And that's what you can do with Geno when you put him behind the sticks. You get out there and you put 10 on him, just like we've done all these other teams. You go out there, you put 10 on them, and the wheels start coming off, and they start pressing, and they're not that guy.
That's what I feel like.
Geno's not that guy. If you go out there and you let Geno Smith and this offense beat you, come on, man. That's all. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it's Arizona level, but it ain't.
I feel you, and I totally agree. That's why I feel like years past, when they had Russell Wilson, I don't care what they say about Russell Wilson, but when he was with them Seahawks, he was a problem. Okay, he was a problem with them Seahawks, and I just feel like it's different now. Now they have Geno, and like I said, I give him his props for coming back, but I'm sorry, I'm just not scared of Geno Smith. I can't be. I'm just not. I can't be scared of him.
I refuse to. He's got dumb eyes. You can't. I'm not scared of anybody with dumb eyes. He's like James Harden. There's nothing going on back there.
And it's not me even overlooking them or making this feel like this is a trap game. This doesn't feel like a trap game to me. This feels like a game that if you go in and you're handling your business early with this team, you're going to blow them out. That's what I feel in my heart.
Yeah.
You saw what they just did against San Francisco. San Francisco went in there and laid the wood on them boys. You get what I'm saying? And we can be the same type team to do it to them. But as I said before, we need to continue to keep that philosophy that they've been running with, Mike. We've been we're a throwing team now. Where you saw in that Washington game, you saw Tony Pollard and Rico Dowdale getting out on the outside, what we've been talking about forever. And guess what, Mike? I told you the screen game works. And did they throw the screen to Rico Dowdale and score the touchdown? I try to tell you, Mike. Listen to me a little bit. Big dog.
Okay, that's a third successful screenplay they ran since 1986.
It don't matter, bro. They can do it because Dak is getting even more control of this offense. And the fact that he has all control of this offense, that screen play is going to work because he's just playing on a different level right now. So this is a personal favorite topic that we're going to talk about because me and you've been going back and forth just a little bit on this. We're going to get your opinion on this. And then I'm going to show a video on Dak Prescott because I want you to watch this video. I'm sure you already saw it, Mike, but I want the people to see it too. But this is from Poppy Peach 187. Shout out to you, dog, and all your donations to the channel and all your insight as well. he asked you personally, is there any insight on the Leonard visit? Because obviously we saw that he came to Dallas. We heard there were good checks on it. He went to Philly. He said he was already going to do that prior to meeting anybody. He was going to meet with both of those teams. So to me, it wasn't a big deal for him to go there. I think you should, because you're a player who's never been out of a contract. You have people wanting you. So why wouldn't you look at all options, especially when you have two teams that are competing for a championship? You would want to do that, in my opinion. But give me your thoughts on the visit to Dallas, because we know you got a little bit of knowledge up in there, and just the Leonard thing as a whole.
I don't like how so you misconstrued me. When I said he's washed, I say he's washed because backs, feet, and necks don't get better.
True.
They don't. It's not
right.
the human. It's
right.
It's LVE. I mean, hey, it wasn't 3 years ago. Is LVE or Darius Leonard the best linebacker in the league? I mean, those were conversations that were happening. And linebackers and running backs are the same thing. I've said this ever since we've been doing this pod. I said it before that. They are the same thing. So if some high mileage linebacker or running back or player, for that matter, at this point, wants to use the Cowboys to get their name out there again and be all public about this stuff, there's been dozens of players that have came through here in the last year, in the last 6 months, that haven't said anything. That haven't said anything at all. And I get your point about he's never hit free agency, but he also got paid.
Right.
Absolutely paid.
But he got cut.
Because they did. But, well, because he has to get cut, because they cut his reps back because he was a liability and pass pro, which was the one thing he could hang his hat on. Because there's hippo laws. How to say this? You know when you got a bad connection to your aunt?
Yep.
And sometimes your son don't hit
the nerves.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's where it's at. Now, if he wants to come play, we're talking 15, 20 snaps a game. I'm fine with that. But I'm not taking snaps from Bell. Absolutely not, because I've been talking that dude up since fucking July, and look what he's been doing. I'm not taking snaps from Bell, and I'm not taking Thomas off the field either, because they have Thomas play linebacker in some of these reps. So if you want to do it, that's fine. But I have an issue with an older, injury-prone, big-name player once again using Dallas to the Odell Kardashian, the back when it was, who was it, safety from Seattle, freaking from UT. I'm blanking out. The Earl Thomas thing.
But I don't think it's that though, Mike, because Jamal Adams. Here's the reason why I say it's not that, in my opinion. Just hear me out. This is why I say, because I understand totally where you're coming from. How so many people use the Dallas name to get money or to get them a deal, and they had no intentions of ever even coming to Dallas. But I think this situation is different because he did play with a few players on this team. Malik Hooker was an injury-prone player before he came to Dallas, and that's what everybody talked about. And he hasn't had any injuries since he's been with Dallas. Obviously, Tyron Smith, we know about. He gets on my nerves with his injuries, but when he's been sitting him out and been resting him, he's been damn good when he's been able to rest, and he's been playing at an elite level. I feel like DQ has some vibe with that. But as a player saying he's using Dallas, I don't know if that's true, because you're gonna, if you're a player of his stature, they're gonna talk about that in the media. You're gonna,
for sure.
And that connection with Dallas was already going to happen because we needed linebacker help anyway, and so did the Eagles.
For sure, it's the agent press release via Adam Schefter of he's going to make his decision after the weekend. That's a cherry on top for me. It's like, okay, so you do want to visit Philadelphia, but if another team comes in with a little more money, and it could be the freaking 1-5 or 1-19 or whatever they are.
He's really going to do that though, Mike? I mean, really? Do you think he's really going to do that though?
I'm saying that if I knew I had maybe 6 games left in my career and another team offered me another $3.5 to $4 million, I would.
But let me ask you this though. Wouldn't you think that if he went to a team, let's say he goes to Philly because he's probably going to get more playing time. That's why I say this.
Yeah.
That's why he would
go
also cold over Dallas. Damn right it's cold. But if he's looking at the playing time, I could possibly get a championship, I'm gonna stay here. Now this could be a stall pattern too. And I'm gonna ask you this. Well, I'm gonna probably play a lot in Philly because they're missing Zach Cunningham's out. Nakobe Dean, they're gonna probably throw him in there instantly because they're gonna be geeked up on him playing. You feel me? Philly is gonna be geeked up. So let's say they got him. In his head, he might be thinking this is 6 games for me to audition for another better deal because he might not get it in Philly, but he could get it somewhere else. So his playing time over there is probably going to say, hey, I might get a better deal, so I'm going to go somewhere where I can really shine. And I think he likes Dallas. But once again, you said Bell can't be touched out there because he's playing too damn good. And I don't know what the snaps. You said 15 to 20, and I feel you. But I'm trying to find out where he's going to be at during in that where they're going to.
He's also not going to play special teams.
Right.
He's also not going to play special teams. So
right.
you're basically picking up a.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You're picking up a not the same caliber of player, but you're picking up a Jalen Smith. You're picking up a big name who will not play special teams. Who's only going to play 10 or 15% of the snaps. Tops.
Well, we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Because he said he's gonna make the decision. I don't think Dallas is gonna be okay either way, but I feel like he does have a good mind. He is a studier of the game. I feel like he's a great locker room presence, and I feel like he can help Damone Clark and those other guys. And I feel like I hear what you're saying, but I feel like he's a good locker room presence, and I feel like he would add, even if you played him 15 snaps, Mike. I feel like those would be a good, strong 15 snaps you could get from him.
I think 15 snaps is. I don't mean that as a slight at all. I think 15 snaps would be the smart play to keep him upright.
Yeah.
But I also know that he does not like Dallas. He came to Dallas for a meeting because it's one of the teams that was willing to sign him, and because there was. There's 30 other.
Going to Philly. Let me ask you something. Do you think he's going to play at Philly? You think he's going to Philly? Because I feel like he's going to Philly.
Yeah.
Because it's
petty.
It's petty. Yeah.
Nick Sirianni.
They're not going to let him come to Dallas. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they'll sign him just to be petty, so you can't get him. We're going to sign him just so you can't sign him. That's what I feel like. That's the push they're going to come at him. And I feel like I said, I feel like he's just that mantra, all that stuff is going to play to him more.
He's never think about he beefed online with LVE when they were at their height of their little play time, when they had that little 20 game run or whatever it was, or both they were playing good football, and it's Dallas, he's been chirping, and I'm not talking about the tweet when he was 19 years old or whatever saying Dallas sucks, because everybody's got those, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about when he was an actual NFL player. He's got a little history with Dallas of going back and forth. And he came to Dallas to get his name out there. So, which also means maybe it all wasn't that serious. But at the same time, if he can take the same money and play in filthy, being as petty as he is, and he's right down the road from Indy, it just kind of makes makes
I feel
more
like
sense.
It makes sense now, because once they said Philly was, I just felt like,
Well, that's right. Sirianni was on the Colts.
Yeah, and he was with them 3 years, and he had high. They were kicking it like he had high value, and I feel like Sirianni's going to talk to him, bro. Sirianni, we can hate.
Yeah, they're going to share Newport and fucking.
But Sirianni, I know people don't like him, okay, and I
fucking hate that dude.
I don't, but y'all kill me when y'all say y'all hate this dude and y'all never met the man. How can y'all hate something y'all never met?
I don't have to meet him to know somebody like that, dude. I don't have to know somebody to meet a coward.
He probably is a jerk, but you can't tell me.
He's the hold me back, bro. He's the.
But you can't tell me, is he a good coach or not?
He's got a good team.
So
and they've had 4 different coaches come through there with the same team.
I'm just asking you, and Cowboys fans don't get on me because I'm not taking up for no Nick Sirianni. I'm asking you, if he didn't have that good team, do you think he would be a good coach?
No, he can't handle losing. Okay. He's a front runner. And that's when he talks shit from the comfort of safety. He's the hold me back, bro. Once security has already came in and broke everybody up, he's the one woofing from outside the fence. That's what he is. He's the dude that takes your 7-year-old daughter's soccer game too serious on the sidelines, and then makes you feel like an asshole because you got mad enough to punch him. That's who that dude is.
How much better is Mike McCarthy to him?
I think it's a wash. One's less annoying because he doesn't.
So what about so you don't think? Look at what Mike McCarthy has done with the Cowboys. He's not a good coach. It's a wash. But he comes over here to Dallas. And he basically changed.
That was probably harsh.
We're about to have 3 straight double-digit win seasons.
I know. I'm hard on the mustard tugger because
you really are.
Because I know that he's going to end up being. We've seen it, like when he quit in the second quarter, early the season, back-to-back games. It's just I'm out. I was out. Like there was already these moments that come up where Zeke's out there playing center because you got caught behind the clock.
Right,
and
this is not no Kellen Moore now, Mike. This is
he's also not the OC now either. Not since the bye week. That's what changed.
But didn't I tell you I like Schottenheimer? He was good with it. And you ain't.
It's not Shoddy.
So who is it?
Your quarterback.
So your quarterback so them two ain't doing jack. It's just all Dak.
Shoddy and Dak are talking. McCarthy is the one trying to stay up on top of the game because he got behind the sticks and he admitted as much. I probably, in that bye week prep, I probably took on too much, this, that, and the other. And I'm not saying that's a shot at McCarthy. It sounds like a shot at McCarthy, but it's really not. You got to know, like, the best quality you could have as a leader is to know what you don't know and know when you're holding your squadron back as to what I got going on over here. All right, okay, hey, I fucked up a couple into the quarters, into the half
and
situation.
He is admitting it.
Which is credit to him. One thing I've always had against him is the way he's always talked and left himself an out.
And you always said he always would kind of pass the buck and he always would back off. He's owning it now, isn't he? He's been owning it. He's been owning it. So that's why I feel like he's better.
Yeah, it's coach now he's removed from that. I'm not saying that he doesn't have an overall arching theme on the offense. I'm not saying he has zero control. I'm saying that it's Shoddy and Dak talking most of the time. And then especially when they go in 2-minute or hurry up, which they go into a lot, that's all your quarterback. They don't have time to talk. That's all your QB. And your QB's playing, I mean, hell, why fuck with him? Your quarterback's playing at the MVP level right now. Let him rock.
He is, but the thing is, the things that you were saying, he was great 6 days, but the 7 days you were always, he threw you on fire. But in my opinion, I'm not seeing that. And what I'm seeing is, hold on. What I'm seeing is when we're me and you and people in the media and we're all talking about the same thing, get Cooks more involved. Gallup snaps need to be reduced. You need to get Tony Pollard on the outs. Why is Rico Dallnell not playing? Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb's your main guy. Throw the ball. It's like, number one, he gets agitated by it, but he changes it. He gets agitated by hearing it. He gets tired of hearing it, but he knows it's not going to stop here. So he has made these adjustments, and the team has, what you're talking about with Schottenheimer, but he has made these adjustments, and it's put the team on the right track. And I feel like the team liked playing for him. We had a clip from the final word with Jermichael Finley, and I was liking what Finley was saying. He was saying Dak is going to like playing in the West Coast with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy he was there. He was saying they were doing quarterback. I mean, they were doing sessions upon sessions before they got on the school. To your point where you're saying he's good during the week and how he was talking about the preparation. So you got 3 10 double-digit win seasons, dog. I feel like
it's good.
Dak is going off, but Mike McCarthy is a good coach in my heart, and I'm glad he came over.
I'd like to clarify too, because my history of McCarthy was the same thing, that the call was coming from inside the house. Somehow, some way, that bye week, this offense that we've seen kind of pop up and go away and pop up and go away and pop up and go away, that offense has showed back up since the bye week.
Now I don't know. I know they had a coming to Jesus meeting with the Jones boys and Dak Prescott and the team leaders and Mustard Tiger. They had a meeting that week. They had a big one. It was 3.5 hours long. Now I don't know if that's because of that. If somebody got some sense in their head or
I feel
what.
like
But
keep going. I feel like that, Mike.
there's credit to where it's called. But we heard all summer, we're gonna run the football. We're gonna lean on our defense. Well, unless your defense can score 30 a game, why are you trying to lean on your defense, buddy? I mean, and you're assuming your defense is going to be good,
which is a whole nother conversation because defensive aggression is a massive thing.
So the fact that everything has changed and stayed consistent on a team that we haven't seen change this much in 27, 5, 20, 30 years. I mean, because they ran the same offense back then.
That's what I said, though, Mike. And I said that on the video that I felt like, and I said it on the show yesterday, that I feel like Mike McCarthy told them to back up off me and chill and let me do this because you just said it. We're going to run the ball. We're going to rely on our defense. That's what Mike McCarthy's saying. And I feel like he was just saying that for the Joneses so they just be quiet. And now when we started out the season and he's probably looking at them like, see, I told you, dog, we ain't winning with the run game. Can I go back to being a passing team and throwing the damn ball and doing it my way?
Yeah, so I'm going to let my OC I hired.
I'm going to let my OC I hired and my quarterback talk, and I'm going to stay over here on top of the game situation.
Because I done fucked up 2 end of the halves on back-to-back weeks heading into it. So that gives me comfort heading into the tight games, these one-score games when Mike McCarthy doesn't have to do everything. He doesn't have to be the play caller and be on top of this. I want him to stand there and stare at the clock and listen to his headphones. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, did he go about it the wrong way? Sure. But look what happened.
I think that's the way he had to do it. That's the way he had to do it because I'm tired of them being nice. He was mad. Give me the damn ball. And he was right in what he did to Mike, in my opinion, because they're like, well, what's the offense? And he's like, I don't know. Come on, get it right. Because we were all sitting there because that's why we were pissed, Mike. I was pissed. That's why I was mad. Like, what the hell are you doing, dog? You talked all this trash about you was going to do this and do that and do this, and you ain't doing it. And CD's probably sitting there saying, you said you was going to do all this, and we ain't seeing none of it. And I feel like the players were frustrated. So the switch came like, okay, my bad, dog. I effed up. Let us get it right. And guess what? Everybody got happy. You feel me?
The run game magically
started working. Cooks magically got involved. Now, what I'm saying he didn't go about it the right way. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do the exact damn thing. Because I played football. I never played wide receiver. I played linebacker and all that.
You would do the same damn thing if you're the man and we ain't win.
Like if I'm standing over here and you got your boy out there and this dude on one leg and I'm like, can I get a rep? Can I get a rep? Can I please get a rep? Okay, I can't get a rep. All right, fuck it then. I'm gonna go stand down here. Fuck y'all. I would have done the same exact thing. Is it right? No. Did it work? Yes. And sometimes the wrong thing is the right answer. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I want you all to look at this clip right quick. I think you may have seen it already, Mike, but I'm going to play it again. I just want to y'all to listen what this thing on Dak says right here. Give me 1 second while it pulls up. Where is it at? Okay, here it is. I want y'all to listen to this right quick. And you may have already seen it, Mike, but tell me what you think about it right quick. Hold on 1 second. It was about what Dak was talking about, how he ain't did nothing yet.
Since we're talking about the Cowboys, Dak Prescott finally in that MVP conversation. Well, he responded to the praise on Monday.
Right. What I say to myself is I haven't done, you know what I mean? It's regular season, numbers are great. We're getting wins. That's what's most important. But at the end of the day, we're trying to stack and keep growing this team to make sure that we're getting better each and every week.
What do you think? David Tepper. Go watch that. It's simple. Dak Prescott is someone who knows what it's like to be in the spotlight and be the face of the organization. I guarantee you Dak Prescott feeling great about how he is. But he also knows what the conversation is around him. And he knows the best thing I can do now is come here and be humble while I'm balling and say, I ain't done nothing. Because if Dak Prescott steps up there and is like, man, I'm killing, look at me do this, all of them up there and be jerks and be like, hey, well, you ain't doing it in the playoffs. But he understands the assignment, and he understands that he's not talking to the man who's holding the camera or the woman who's holding the microphone. He is talking to the entire country because we all care about what happens to the Cowboys. So I like that he said that, but I hope in his off time he is enjoying it. That man cooking.
Dak is
He said
I love it.
He basically said, be humble. What do you think, Swag?
You know what I like? I like this version of that.
Yes.
I like what Spears says right here.
That ain't buttoned up. I need to make sure I say the right thing. And he understands. He's read the room. He's read the room of conversations year in and year knows what this stretch is going to mean for him. When we talk about the MVP, Dak has played at a higher level than most quarterbacks in the league. He's had a tremendous amount of success. The reality is the teams have terrible. It started against Philly, though, where he played great and in a loss. These games that are coming up before the season, because I said these moments, these is about moments for Dak. It's coming up. Here it is right now. You about to get in the thick of it.
Yeah.
You positioned in playoff. You talking about teams that you're going to have to see in the playoffs. You talking about defenses, especially with the San Francisco 49ers, where you're going to have to answer offensively. Like, I know we talk about the Dallas Cowboys defense and what they can do. When you play the San Francisco 49ers, you can't score 14 points and win the game. You are going to have to go play well, and the way he's playing, hopefully that momentum leads for him. But Dak understands, and he's read the room, that nobody's excited about you beating the Giants twice, and nobody's excited about the Commanders game. These games that's coming up, this Thursday night game, a big one for them in Seattle, and then going into the rest of the stretch. I like the fact that he's reading the room, but I also like that Dak, I feel like Dak took off some stuff and was like, man, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, that's what I like right there. Like, I don't want to hear her though. She got on my nerves. But yeah, just listening to that.
Genghis Khan. Yeah, she bad as hell. She got curved.
Yeah, just listen at him. What Marcus Spears was saying was, and basically Dak knows, I ain't did nothing. I'm turning up, but I ain't did nothing. And what he knows, everybody's going to be judged. He's going to be judged by the playoffs. But I ain't gonna lie. I keep on going back to 2014, Mike, remember when everybody would always say the Cowboys, the December swoon. They used to mention every year with Romo. Every December, but Romo and them going to choke in December. They're going to choke in December. But then in that 2014 season, we kind of put it all together, and we went through that gauntlet. We went to Seattle when they hadn't lost any game, like 20 games straight. They were on that win streak, and we came in there and beat them, right? Then we went through that gauntlet at the end of the year where we were beating winning teams, and people were like, okay, because they remember Mike in 2014, they're like, wait till the end of the year, though, they're going to choke. And we didn't. We ran right through them teams.
I was worried about 2014, though, because that defense was still.
Well, the defense wasn't great. It wasn't great, but you still had a feeling by the way that offense was playing that it could carry the team. And we saw what happened. And I feel like this is going to be this type of season in the aspect of, everybody keeps talking about, we killed that narrative of December. You don't hear people talking about the December swoon no more, but now it's, they got to beat winning teams. They got to beat some winning teams. So here,
it's always,
and I don't feel like that is going to be the defining moment for the Cowboys to beat these winning teams, but it definitely is going to help for momentum coming down the road and heading into the playoffs. Would you not agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, what's frustrating is watching these Eagles games and watching
before you finish that statement
how their games are called and watching.
Hold on, Mike. Before you finish that, my fault. I got to give shout outs to Joey Coco 99. He came with the $50 super chat, dog. So hey, I can't yell at my blog.
Let me hold $3 of that.
Feel me? I can't scream it, Joy. Usually I scream it, hey ho, but my mic, I'll blow it out if I scream it. But I really appreciate you, dog. And I'll make sure I put you on my community page for the $50 holla with your name and everything on it. Appreciate you. Now finish what you're saying, Mike, about Philly.
That's their point differential going into the Monday night matchup with them at KC. They had the same exact point differential with a vastly different record. KC controlled 45 to 50 minutes of that game. And then some bullshit happens, little penalties happens, and a drop happens, and they win a game. In my opinion, from knowing football, that team this year is not as good as the team last year. They're not. If you actually watch their games, I'm not worried about them. I'm really not worried about them in a matchup. They got outplayed versus us in the first matchup. Lost the game. It happens. It happens. But their point differential is that of like a 4 to 5 loss team. They are. That's just their luck in one score variance. I like our chances at a matchup. We'll probably have to play them again, which makes me happy because you don't get to beat a team 3 times. If you want to talk about weird odds, beating a team 3 times in the season is not good odds. Now, could Dallas could have done something about this and maybe not choked away that Arizona game, but maybe the Arizona game needed to happen. Maybe the San Francisco game needed to happen.
I hear that. Maybe. I don't like it.
I know it sucks. I'd much rather
the
have
Arizona game didn't need to happen. Maybe the San Francisco game, the way it happened, maybe the way it did happen, it was a wake up. I don't believe so because I still believe we're better than them. Every year we've lost to them. I don't care what anybody tells me. They can say what they want. We were better than them in 2021. We came in there weak. We were better than them last year in the playoffs. Even when we didn't have all our players, we still should have beat them. Yes, we should have. I don't care what you're telling me. And coming in there this year, we have the team to beat them this year. And Dallas laid the egg. The coaching staff laid the egg. They did that. You get what I'm saying? They did that. They did it in the playoffs in 2021. They did that. They talked about, I felt nervous. Mike said, I felt the team was nervous. Well, then you, as the coach, was supposed to get them together, and you did not. So you must have been nervous too. You get what I'm saying? And then last year,
you hate Mike McCarthy too?
No, I don't hate Mike McCarthy. That pissed me off though when I heard him say that in 2021, and you're the head coach, and that pissed me off. You should never say that to all of us, and you ain't get the team together, because that made me feel like y'all scared.
That brings me back to the point where people was on my ass, and they get on my ass every time I bring it about McCarthy. I get that he's better than Jason Garrett. I get that he's one of the better coaches we've had. I also get that when we've had really tough matchups late in the season, that dude has let the team down. He has. Yeah.
But we're going to see this year because, we're going to see this year because we still had Kellen Moore in there too. So I'm going to say Kellen Moore had a part of that. I ain't putting that all on Mike. On Kellen Moore too, because what are they doing over there? So all on Mike. You just have an opinion on Mike. I like Mike McCarthy. I don't care. I don't.
My opinion on Mike McCarthy is Jerry Jones and the Jones boys said they would spend anything they possibly could to bring the Super Bowl to Dallas, right? Well, the coach doesn't count against the salary cap. They interviewed one coach and hired him after 10 years of Jason Garrett, just because a Super Bowl he won in their stadium.
What are they doing though, Mike? He been there 4 years and
I understand, dude. I'm well aware of that.
And we were competing for the playoffs in 2020.
I am not. Once again, I'm not ignoring that fact. I'm saying that I believe they did not try hard enough, and this coach at times has really sowed doubt into me on what he really can bring to the table when the game is close, when the game is tough against a tight opponent, because they should have won that Philly game. The reason they didn't win that Philly game was because penalties.
It wasn't just
Something
because
that's happened
penalties.
for Mike
Dak
McCarthy's
missed two
entire
plays.
career.
Dak missed 2 plays too. Don't do
Okay.
that because it wasn't just penalties.
It
Because if
wasn't the
Dak
3
would have stepped,
pre-snap penalties on the final drive.
it was, but it was also,
We're
it
talking
was
about Dak's
also,
2
and
plays instead of that.
I'm just saying those 2 plays were critical because if Dak didn't step out of bounds, the
He got
game was
pushed in the
3
back,
points.
dude.
He didn't get pushed in the back. Go look at that play. He was diving out of bounds before Brandon Graham was pushing him. It's a fact, and you can show it. You can show it. It is. And then
Okay.
that play he missed with Jake Ferguson. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'll pull up the picture to where Dak missed that play with 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the game. If he hits Jake Ferguson, nobody was there. So it's not Mike McCarthy that lost that game in that aspect, because if Dak makes that throw, we could probably win that game because Jake Ferguson
So
was almost
it's not
running
that
that touchdown.
it's not that
So
they've
is
been
that
a
his
top
fault?
3 most. Yes,
That's his
yes, it
fault.
is.
That's Dak's fault. That's not Mike
It's
McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy's fault that they've been a top 3 most penalized team in the league his
That's
entire
true.
tenure.
That's true. That's true. That
And
needs
it's
to be
taken
cleaned
points.
up.
It's taken points off the board. It ruined the red zone drive. It ruined it. Now you went from first and goal from the 6 to what, 2nd and 23 or some shit like that. What are we doing?
But they've
What are we
been
doing?
18 of 27 in red zone the last 4 games, though.
I understand that, but the pre-snap penalties and shit are still hanging. They're still there. We've just been playing cans
We're leading the league in scoring.
because we've been playing cans. Now, granted, everybody else could score against them, but they don't. So that's another conversation. My fact is,
The pre-snap penalties and the constant most penalized team in the league, top 3.
3 every year since his tenure has maintained the same.
We've
There's
always
only so
kind of
many.
had, but you can say this too, that Dallas has always had them dumb penalties, even with Jason Garrett. We always had them stupid
Well, because
penalties,
that's what
I
like
always
the
hated me
false
about Jason
starts.
Garrett. Jason Garrett said they just needed to execute. Well, maybe you need to coach your team to execute better
because they haven't executed for your entire team.
Well,
And execution is on the coach. And that's why we have the
That's why the here we go's gotten even more prominent. Even after the post bye week, he's been doing it all year. It got more prominent post bye week because Baez was fucking up the checks. So there's dummy, like Aaron Rodgers pointed that out with McCaffrey the other day. There's
a few times a game where there's the here we go isn't here we go snap. It's here we go and there's a dummy and he falls back to it because somebody shifts, and Baez
has been fucking up the checks. They've been beefing all year. He hasn't been good. I mean, we know that. You can see it. You turn on the film, you can see it.
But the fact remains, these pre-snap penalties are inexcusable at this point. When I think I had the numbers, they have 27 pre-snap penalties this season. Man, how many games we played?
yeah, but Dan Quinn has been doing the same thing with guys
That's
jumping off sides.
that's that's on your head coach, dude. You're the head coach.
That's your unit. Get your shit together. That's my point.
Coach it clean.
Okay. But if we're looking at that 1 point, if we're looking at everything else in that 1 point, because that can be cleaned up, I'm cool with that.
The problem is
because that can still be cleaned up, and it is being cleaned up, and we have seen it. Okay, we have seen there has been more cleanup plays, more cleaner playing football the last 3 or 4 games. It's been more cleaner football. Dak has been more in control of that offense, so it's been cleaner football, especially on the offensive side because of that. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I know how you feel, and
the pre-snap penalties are burners, man.
Yeah,
they are burners, but we ain't gonna sit there and say, we ain't gonna sit there and say that Mike McCarthy has been bad for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, he's probably a top. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say that.
Probably top 10 coach in the league. I'm not saying he's the problem.
I'm just saying that there's things like if we're going to point out that Dak missed a pass, the first 2 passes in that game, we're going to talk about how Mike McCarthy could be better, right? That's fair is fair.
For sure, because it was fair. That's why They both laid the crapper in that Niners game.
Fair is fair.
And that's what made me go to hell off, because I'm like, if that's what we're gonna do, then F this, because y'all just doing the same thing y'all was doing, y'all been doing. And immediately they cleaned it up. But I still ain't drinking the Kool-Aid though, Mike. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid because they've been whooping these bad teams, because they got to beat these good teams. They got to beat the Dolphins. They got to beat the Bills. They got to beat the Seahawks. They got to beat the Eagles. They got to beat these Lions. And they can beat each and every one of these teams. And I feel like it will be defining. It will help the team with confidence, and especially heading to the playoffs, because if you lose to some of these teams, especially like the Lions or even the Eagles, I know what you're saying about playing them 3 times, because I think we're going to play the Eagles 3 times. I think we're going to play them.
The
I think we're going to
2023
Philadelphia on a championship game.
the 2023 Philadelphia Eagles or the 2022 Minnesota Vikings, and I will fucking ride that point to the grave. They have been extremely lucky. How in the hell you make a 60-yard field goal in the rain, dude? When your quarterback took your
I
quarterback,
mean, that's hella lucky, dog. I don't know how they, but you know what? Some teams, when you good,
then you get
luck happens.
these ghost false starts on Kansas City when
Yeah,
nobody
it's
fucking moved,
crazy.
man. Like it's
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Watching the
I mean,
end.
but 59. I mean, even the double. I mean, 3rd and 15, he makes a pass. I mean, what you can't. I mean, may not like it because we don't like the team, but hell, if we were getting it on our end, we wouldn't be mad at it.
Oh, I mean, that's one thing I will say. It's Hurts. Those passes were fantastic. The fact that he was even in a position to make those passes is what's absolute bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
they have the same. Okay,
they have a 64-point differential and they're 10-1. Kansas City has a 75, they're 8-3. Dolphins 88, 8-3. Buffalo Bills 101, 6-6. Baltimore's 137, they're 9-3. San Francisco is 140, they're 8-3, and the Cowboys are leading the league at 162, and they're 8-3. That is what Bill Barnwell makes his make or miss the playoffs on the next seasons. It's purely off a point differential. They are getting extremely lucky in 1-score games. That is not a good team. It's not. Not for the record they have. I mean, they're a good team, but they should be a 3 or 4 loss team like everybody else. The fact they have 1 loss is that variance. And when you're the 5th less penalized team in the league, and you have 4 holding calls on the year, even though 90% of the run plays, the offensive plays you run are RPOs, which are more conducive to holding penalties than any other play in the league. It's just this incredible luck they have that
should not keep holding up, but apparently it is.
Well,
so there's that.
Well, you know what? I remember the Green Bay Packers with Mike McCarthy, and they were 15-1, and they had a lot of lucky things going for them, and they got bounced out early in them playoffs. So you never know; it could happen. You feel what I'm saying? That luck will run out instantly in the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? Because we've seen that before. Teams have lucky all through the year, and they think, okay, when we get to the playoffs, we're about to turn it up, and then they get upset. It could definitely happen. They could definitely get upset in the playoffs, like the Lions. A team like that could upset them. You feel me? But from my perspective, I feel like I see us going to Philly for a championship game, because I feel like we're going to a championship game this year. I feel like we're breaking that curse.
I'd rather play.
I'm staying with it.
I'd rather play filthy right now than Green Bay. I'll tell you that much.
Green Bay? You mean San Francisco?
No, I don't.
Green Bay.
I don't. Not the way Green Bay's playing right now. I'd rather play filthy than Green Bay, the way they're playing right now.
I don't want nothing to do with San Francisco either. Fuck them. I hope San Francisco and Filthy go meet each other in the second round and crash each other out.
I hope that happens. That's what you actually. I hope they crash each other out this weekend. Go ahead, beat each other up, lose a couple players, like Dallas does every fucking December. When we lose 2 or 3 linemen, and we lose a wide receiver, and we lose a tight end, and we lose an edge rusher, and we lose a corner.
Yeah, well, don't be throwing that on me. Yeah, okay. Well, don't be speaking on that right now, because right now we're pretty healthy. We've had a good injury report. So a lot of things. See, here's the thing, Mike, and I'm guilty of it too, because we've been talked about this. Ever since I've seen these changes, I just been chilling and watching. But the things I usually feel like are going to happen, I'm going to be open mind to it because there was a switch in philosophy that we didn't see before, Mike.
Mhm.
We was a running team, and they switched to passing. A lot of things that they have switched, and damn it, Jimmy Johnson's going into damn Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
So we got to have some faith right here.
we just got to kill Rowdy. We got it. We got
Feel me?
we got to take care of Rowdy. Hey,
So
What's
give
up,
me
buddy?
your quick thoughts on, because we ain't gonna be too much longer. We're about to head up off here. Give me your quick thoughts on what should the Cowboys need to do on offense against these Seahawks.
Cowboys should keep doing the same thing they've been doing post bye. Let their quarterback put this ball cap on in the fourth quarter. The strength of your team is your quarterback and your passing game right now.
Mm-hmm.
It
Attack,
cannot
attack,
be
attack.
it can't be denied, man. It really can't.
Mm-hmm.
They can't. No team in the league can stop you if you really want to go after them. They can't.
Yeah,
Not the way that dude's playing right now. They can't.
that's facts. And they need to continue to please Mike McCarthy. And this is where I would say my thing to Mike McCarthy would be: don't play them games. Don't start taking that foot off the pedal. Don't
No.
play the game. And we feel like we're in a good place now. No, you're not in a good place. You're not in a good place at all. Even 8-3 is, I don't care. It's not a good place, even though it's a good record. It's not a good place. You need to keep that foot on the pedal, especially with these teams coming up. And just like you said, Mike, I feel like this could be one of the things where we can get away and have another blowout win. I feel like this could be a blowout. I feel like this could be a blowout win. I was thinking this might be close. This might be close, but I'm feeling like, man, I feel like Gino's going to have a couple turnovers in this game.
It's gonna
And
be
Bland might have another interception, dog. Maybe he don't return it back for a touchdown, but he may get another interception in this game, bro. I really think he might.
yeah. It's gonna be another game where the Seahawks will be thought of differently after this week
Yeah, I agree.
because that's what happens
I think
when people
they'll
play
be
the
taken away.
Cowboys.
This ain't no playoff team. If we just totally annihilate them, people are going to think totally different about the Seahawks,
Yeah,
right?
because it's so easy to annihilate people, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy.
Yeah,
It's so easy to put up 40.
Dallas is
Me,
making it look easy.
yeah. Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts went to fucking overtime with the Commanders.
Yeah,
Like
they don't want to talk about that. We annihilate them.
After trying to
They
throw the game
struggle
away,
with
he
them,
underthrew that
and
pass by
Sam
7
Howell was
yards.
killing them. And like I said, that's what frustrates me about even that Philly game at Philly, Mike, because we should have beat them, dog. We should beat them, and that's what pisses me off. Like, we should have beat them boys. Like, so we don't need to have any excuses come in 2 weeks. We should
no.
definitely whoop that tail when they come to Dallas.
Yeah, I wasn't even worried about that first match. I talked about it before that. It's like win, lose, or draw. This first matchup means nothing to me. That December 10th one is what matters because there's a really good chance that may not have the same record, but it'd be damn close to it.
Yeah.
It should have been. Should have been. You know what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
what sucks. MVS drops that wide open bomb and
I
things
mean,
are
dog, everything, and and the thing is, I can't go back and forth with them. I do the show with Joe. I can't go back and forth with them because they won, and that's what pisses me off. Because it's like what
dub's a
it is,
dub.
but you can't.
Dub's a
I
dub.
mean, dub's a dub. I can't say nothing, but we know when you look at it,
Everybody knows.
it pisses you off because we all know they know
It's
it too. But
it's like some Mr. Magoo shit where you just end up with a dub in your pocket when you was trying like hell to throw it away, man. It's insane. And
yeah,
they're not. They ain't built for this. They ain't built for this score 40 life.
no. I mean, that ain't really that's not how they really go, because you notice when they start getting beat, they start pulling the close to the vest. They start running that ball with Jalen. He starts running, and to open it up, and then he'll pass. So
Dude,
I see how they kind of do it.
they were down. They were down 17 and were still running the football. That's what they think about their quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's frustrating because they're 10-1, and hey, I don't know. They beaten a lot of good teams, and I don't know, man. All I know is we got to beat them in a couple weeks. That's all I know. You feel me?
No, we
And
will.
we gotta
We will.
handle our business against these Seahawks tomorrow. What's the score prediction before we head off here?
The 31-15.
31-15.
Yep.
I'm gonna say. Said 31-15. I'm gonna say 35-17. I'm gonna say 35-17.
Somehow that 2 more points seems way more egregious. How the hell you think they're gonna get 7?
Hey, they might. They.
The barometer might be just right, and they may be.
Hey, baby.
Sorry, I had to do a quick typing right quick.
Oh, you're good, Bubba.
All right, so another great show. Sorry, it was, I had some stuff going on, but another very good show. I ain't gonna lie, Mike. I'm really just, I want to see what they're gonna do these next 5 games.
Dude, I just want to fat.
Just win these damn games.
I've felt like this since fucking Halloween. I just want to fast forward to January. I just want to fast forward to January. Like,
Right.
I know I'd miss the games. Like, it'd be sad as hell. Like, can I just take like a
6-week coma and just come back up and figure out, once all this is sorted out.
Yeah, I know, right? I just, like I said, man, these games can't get here fast enough, Mike. You feel me? With these other teams, they can't get here fast enough. I just want to see what's really going to happen, but we're going to see. But it goes down tomorrow. We're excited. We both feel like it's going to be a blowout. We both feel like keep the pedal to the metal, and you should blow this team out. We should get some turnovers. Bland might get another interception. Parson get another couple sacks. Dante Fowler, maybe Turpin, whoever, somebody. I like to see some Jalen Tolbert get a touchdown. You feel me? Somebody new get a touchdown. Maybe a Duke, maybe some. Hey, and Hunter Luke been blocking his ass off. So is Tony Pollard. They've been doing damn good in that pass.
Can we get my man a goal line carry?
Yeah.
Can we get my man Hunter a goal line carry, please? Get him one of them Andy Reid direct snaps. Get him one of them. That man's been putting in work all year. Made the 53 when nobody thought he could. Can we get my sneaky athletic corn-fed grown man, Coach Skid, a little goal line snap there, please?
Yeah,
That's
I know,
all.
right? Get him one, man. He needs to get one. Just get him one. Just get him one. So, but for myself, dog, let them know where you at. They can follow you on Twitter. He's a great follow, especially he goes hams during the game. You see that right there. If you're on Twitter, make sure you check him out. You can PayPal, all that good stuff. Really appreciate you. Another episode in the books. Let's get this dub tomorrow. We know what it is. Let's get this dub tomorrow. Let's make it 9-3, and then get ready for them Eagles in a couple weeks, and let's take them down and do what we got to do and head to these playoffs. Because you know what? It's time to break them curses. We already broke a few curses. Or some curses been knocked out the window. I think we can break the next curse, and we're in a NFC Championship game this year. I ain't saying Super Bowl, but I feel that I'm going to say at least we're in an NFC Championship game, and we take another step in the Mike McCarthy era. How about that, Mike?
December 30th, 1923 is going to be a magical night.
There it is. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you, big dog. We'll be talking to you soon. You know what it is. We'll be talking back and forth during the week. Make sure you stay safe. Tell the wife I said hello, and enjoy your night out there.
Later, Bob. Thank y'all for checking in.
Yes, sir. All right, man. All right. So, man, I don't know how this keeps on happening right here. You feel me? But, yeah. Shout out to everybody that was in the building today, man. Good show. Another good show. We're getting ready for them Seahawks tomorrow. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate the donation of the $50 holla. Definitely appreciate that. Christmas around the book. So really appreciate that. Shout out to everybody that was in the building, everybody in here. I know there was a little chaos in the chat, but I appreciate all y'all in the chat. I try to handle that right there. I'm kind of getting tired of it. I'm with my Cowboys people. Other people can say what they want, but I'm rocking with my Cowboys people. They're the one to help build this channel, not the outside haters, not the people that want to come in here and talk trash the whole time. Can't just be having y'all in here just talking trash the whole time. You feel me? Like that's all you're doing. And you're saying things that ain't even real. Like you're just saying things that ain't true, saying things that's just false, and you just sound like a straight hater. And I've been cool and I try to let it go long enough because I don't like drama in the chat and stuff like that. But I'm sorry. I got to rep with my Cowboys people who've been there forever, 808, been there forever. We go back and forth, but it's all fun. It's all love. It's all good. But I ain't going to have people who ain't repping the Cowboys up in the chat just talking shit, and then I'm being cool and letting you in here, and you still keep coming in here and bumping gums. So you can just go somewhere else and do your thing over there. Because you're not going to be here. It's going to be Cowboys. It's going to be my peoples. I don't care. You can call, say you don't respect me. I don't care. I don't need your respect. I don't need your respect. I'm just letting you know that. I don't need any of your respect. You ain't nobody for me to be feeling like I need your respect because you ain't nobody. And I'm not being disrespectful to anybody out there, but I don't need nobody respect or none of that. Somebody talking that trash, talking about you don't respect me. I don't care. You're not going to be in this chat. How about that? Go to another chat, and we're going to kick it over here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Stelios, shout out to you, dog, for the $20 holla. Appreciate you. That's my dog, holla. Yo got fire. Yo got flame. You know what it is. You feel me? And I appreciate all my peoples. And I apologize, 808, for me keeping them in there that long. I tried to be nice, but you got to go and you ain't coming back. And that's for anybody else. Anybody else want to come in here and troll, you can come in here and talk a little bit. But if you just going to come in here and troll every single show, that's all you do is every single show, you ain't going to be in the show no more. And I'm going to block you, period. Don't come in over here and just be trolling all the time. Come over here and talk some football, talk some reality. Because if I go to another channel, I ain't going to go just trolling you. I'm going to bring facts. I'm going to talk football. That's what I'm going to do. If you just come over here and just trolling all the time, you're going to get blocked. And that's just that. So, you feel me? Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. You know what we going to end it with. You know what we ending it with. Let me pull. You know what we ending it with. We got that big W. You know what we ending it with. Let me pull that up before we get up out of here. You know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. It's coming. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all have a safe night. Y'all be safe in them streets. Be careful. Go Cowboys. And y'all know what it is. Oh, and my bad. Also, before I get up out of here and play our song, you see Boo Thang right here. The GoFundMe, she put it in the chat. I forgot to mention it. I apologize. But please, go check that GoFundMe right there. Boo Thang just left in the chat. I'm going to let this music ride. But check out the GoFundMe. Is for my stepdaughter, her daughter, Miss Natalia Wesson. We want to get her on a trip in Italy and Greece, and that's going to be next June. So we started GoFundMe probably about last month. It's been doing pretty well, but we still love to push that in. She's a great kid, honor student, 3.9, almost damn it, 4.0 last year, 3.9 student. Great in the band, about to be on student council. Great young lady. I'm going to post it on my Twitter too again. I have it on my Twitter. I'm going to repost it so you'll be able to see it on my Twitter again as well. But please check the link, look at the link, and please, whatever you like to donate, because well, I'm going to just say this. There's a lot of kids out there, and I work with kids and, you know, things of that nature. There's a lot of kids out there crazy now in these streets doing a lot of crazy things. It's crazy. And I feel like we really got to look out and help the ones that's really trying to go hard and get the good grades and stay out of trouble and do the right things. You feel me? You got to, you know, really appreciate them and show your appreciation. So this is how we're trying to show the appreciation in our way, because a lot of young people aren't being rewarded, I feel like, for a lot of the good things they're doing. We always hearing the bad. So I always want to show the good. And when there is good going on, let's go ahead and continue to uplift that and bring that up and help. So you see the link, check it out. Please, whatever you can do to support would be awesome, because it'd be nothing better to see her go on that trip and then get an experience of a lifetime, because I've been all overseas, and I'll never forget those experiences. So when you can basically get an experience like that, that would be awesome. So check the link, hit the GoFundMe, check it out. Definitely deserving of it, and we love to see greatness. So how about them Cowboys? You know what's coming up. I appreciate everybody in the building. Love all y'all, and I'll be talking to you soon. Y'all know what it is.
One hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, PTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name from the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a bank and snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth, from Monday night to Sunday church. DJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse, them Cowboys. Click like Power Boys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again. Them Cowboys, click like Power Boys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Power Boys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done